charging away. Once upon a time, there was this guy named M. Blue, or back then just known as Blue, who was searching for himself in a place called Los Angeles. And through this searching, he went through this rock and roll journey where he played every Saturday night at this place called the Hollywood Gig. And one night, one late night, he looked out in the audience and he saw the most beautiful woman of his life. Not just any woman, the woman. That woman that he's been searching for his entire life. Through failures, through triumph, through loneliness, through all that searching, he finally found her. And I guess I'm getting up at 3:33 in the morning to say thank you. For saving me. Because I was lost. So lost. But you showed up. Right. When I needed you. And you have brought so much to me in these 20 years together that I wanted you to live forever.
Ti amo. Ti amo is another way for me to say I love you from the dawn of each magnificent day, when the warm and crispy sunshine upon us shine, till when every creature around the world dines, and when the moon shows up in the elegant stage, my love for you with passion dresses, For in the quiet, intimate nights I leave my cage, put down my masks, forget duties and stresses. From the day I saw you, I immediately felt that the snows in the Arctic together we could melt. Confetti, wild roses, and stardust on us would rain, and the world would be relieved from limits and pain. Goddess of fortune blew to us her spell, for the waltzer of life, Zoom Papa, together we dance. Eros and Cupid were ringing their bell. Angels were singing, for we seized our chance. Te amo en español, mi amor. Je t'aime en français in your entire splendor. Ich liebe dich in deutscher Sprache, for you all my life are. Ti amo in italiano e per sempre ti voglio amar. And if only with my heart I speak, no words, no languages I need to involve. For with you my life has reached a peak, and what's fun is that it'll still evolve. Forever and now, with my brothers and sisters I want to share what I truly believe it's absolutely rare. And to you, my love, Ti amo is another way for me to say what nothing else in the world may.
Has found me, and I know just what to do. Love has set me free. Now I'm kneeling down upon one knee. Yeah. Loving your walk, loving your talk, loving your smile. Will you marry me, girl? Has taken me, and I know just what to say. Your love has touched me. Now I'm hovering this diamond ring. Loving your walk, loving your talk, loving your smile. Will you marry me, girl? Now kisses me as the rising sun begins to show. Love, I want to marry you. Time to stand up and man up and grow. Loving your walk, loving your talk, loving your smile. Will you marry me, girl?
are here and they can hear us now. Hopefully everything here works as it should. Welcome to the show today. We are here with Cheryl and Corey. Cheryl, for anyone new here, is from Haitian Roots, an amazing charity that working. Well, let Cheryl introduce herself and Haitian Roots. What are you guys doing?
So I'm Cheryl Moyes, and I am one of the co-founders of Haitian Roots. And Haitian Roots is dedicated to empowering children in Haiti through education. So our motto is educate, protect, empower, protect, educate. So when children are educated, they're also protected. And we have about 500 kids who we are educating right now. And we have a staff of 85, and they're all Haitians. We work with other organizations in Haiti. We work with like P4H Global to do the teacher training. We work with Haiti School Project to do any of our building projects. So we're empowering Haitians, not just the children that we educate, but in any way we can to empower other Haitians. Uplift raised money for food this past winter in December, and that money to feed our children every day, they raised enough to pretty much get us through the rest of the school year, which is amazing. Uplift is amazing.
That is amazing.
And what's so cool about that is our food comes from Outside the Bowl, and they're an organization in Haiti. So now you have all of these people who have a job in Haiti. They prepare the food, they deliver it to the schools, and the children get a hot meal, and we're providing jobs for all these people. So it's just long reaching, you know. So that's what we're doing. That's just a little cap of what we're doing. I mean, we're educating parents to be involved in their kids' education, and we're teaching teachers to be better teachers. And at the end of the day, we this year have our first 12th grade graduating class. So this will be our first year where kids will graduate from high school. So we're pre-K to 12th grade. So it's really exciting, and we're so thrilled to have Uplift be our partners and to help us on this journey, because at the end of the day, we can implement all these programs and we can put all of this to work, but if we don't have the funds, and in today's climate with COVID and you know, finding just single donors is really hard. So we couldn't do it without organizations like Uplift. You guys are.
We have a question in the chat. Is there any place where they can find photos of the schools or the children or whatever you are doing in Haitian?
HaitianRoots.org.
HaitianRoots.org or .com? I know that there's a .com as well, right?
.com will take you there, but we just switched over to .org. So
perfect. I will share that as well.
But they'll both lead you there. So either one, com or org. But we did just switch over. We have a new website that's just got up and running, and it's .org. And there's also children there if anybody wanted to just sponsor a child. So there's pictures of children there, and they can sponsor a child. So
awesome.
There are pictures. Mm-hmm.
So Corey, welcome here. What are you doing today?
Oh man, I mean, so Blue had, you know, a crazy ice storm where he lives. You know, they had some friends that you know, had to come and stay with them. You know, they ended up having, you know, somebody slip and fell on one of their dogs. They had to take the dog. He's going through crazy stuff right now, right? So he's like, you know, doing what Blue does. He's out there helping people that need help locally, driving through ice storms like a crazy person. So, you know, we got the message this morning that like he really needed our help. And so, of course, Anders and I are like, we got you, don't worry about it. Just go deal with some stuff. So he's going to do that. So, I mean, here we are doing this this drop for you know, the launch that starts in 16 minutes.
Yep.
For Ti Amo Collectible Love. And you know, I love everything about this. Like, so it's the same kind of drop dynamics as the Spaceman drop that we just did. Right now, as usual, every time we do this, 50% of all of our drops with Uplift Art go straight to the Uplift Donate account. And you can go to blocks.io and see how much we've raised. And of course, that's for our goal this year of raising $450,000 so that we can, you know, get Cheryl and the team at HaitianRoots.com, you know, into building their next school, right? because the first time I met Cheryl, we talked about everything they were doing for the Series 1 drop, and of course we raised that money for food for them and stuff, and we had this long conversation about the fact that we could turn our art, the visual art that we use, and the music, and now stuff from the Uplift. There's a statue from the Uplift that is going to one of the highest bidders for this one, and that we could turn that into getting them on the road to where they can actually start building another school. And I'm like all crying on the internet, because it's inspiring. Like the whole idea that like being able to make music and get anything from that has always been kind of a big deal for me, right? But the ability to turn art into NFTs and NFTs into a community growing thing that basically allows us to send stuff out to people that they really want to buy anyway. They want to own this art, they want to be part of that, but that we can send half of everything that we make to this goal that's so much bigger than us. It's like, I have to stop talking about it now, otherwise I'll just start crying on the internet again. So that's what I'm doing. I'm here for it, man. Like, we're picking up the baton for M Blue. Cheryl, I'm so glad you could be here for this today. Anytime that you can join us for these things, just because it's great for people to meet you, I think. And yeah, we're gonna kick this thing off.
Well, it's exciting. It really is, and what you guys are doing is so crazy, innovative, and cool, and to take things that people love and turn it into giving as well. I love that. It's just honestly, to be part of it is so exciting to me, but also to know that you are wanting to help these children in Haiti. And if you could see I hope one day this team goes out with us to Haiti, and
that would be awesome.
And Blue and I talk about it all the time.
See the school, see the kids, see what your dollars are doing, what you're to make changes, and it really is amazing. And really, the only way we can make change in this world is through education, and really having people have a heart to say, I can make a difference. It's on all of us. We can all make a difference. So it's just taking the action and doing it, and then combining what you love, writing music, doing art, and turning that into giving is fabulous. It's fabulous.
Yeah, my buddy Jimmy is in the comments that we do a show every weekday morning, and he's saying that we got to turn the grounds. He wants to come as well. He wants to turn the grounds into a permaculture paradise. He's into the whole permaculture, building food forests and stuff. And
that's what's so great, Corey. That's what's so amazing is that now, back in the day when we just had a sponsorship program, we didn't have that kind of control over the education. But now, because we have the schools, we can add any of these type of programs, anything that will help the children and their families be better. I mean, we welcome that. I mean, that's why we partner with as much as we can. And like, hey, you come down, you want to do that? Come on down. And we'll start that program. That's what's amazing. It is.
Yeah, we've talked about coming down to see the names on the school that's there, just for one of the things that we're doing. So basically, we're raising this money. It's going to be setting you guys up so where you can start your next school. And there's already a couple schools built, and the one school in question, there's 12 rooms, and of course one building. And what we're doing this year is, the person who bids the most on the Ti Amo drop this time is going to get their name on one of the schools, or sorry, on one of the classrooms, right?
Classrooms,
so just,
yep,
right.
Yep.
And like, I can't and so for me, like, I'm going to be a mess when we come down like that. I'll just tell you that right now. Like, that's going to for sure. I could just be a blubbering moron for sure. But like, it's a big deal, right? So the Blue Wizard might come in and might be the highest bidder. Maybe some other whale's going to come in and be the highest bidder for this Ti Amo collectible love drop that starts again in 11 minutes.
Yep.
And they'll have their name above the school. And for the year, whoever donates the most for the year is going to get their name on the school, right? Yeah. And so like it links in, our whole kind of community and everything that we're trying to do together. It's going to become part of the historical record. Like we're getting that written, into the actual physical, IRL, in the real world, in the school. And I think I feel lucky to be part of this, frankly, because it's kind of a big deal. And so we talk about going down there all the time. And I would absolutely love to maybe try and teach some guitar or do something like just everybody bringing their own.
Yes.
Right, like it'd be fun. It'd be fun.
It would be so amazing. And the kids, they're so musical. They love that. And we have an organization that we want to partner with that does music in Haiti. So it would be so great. And I've thought once we get some teaching music and we get some people like you down there, and then we can start getting instruments donated for a great music program. Yeah.
Yeah. So Blue and I were like, it's sort of mine and my wife's goal to get a catamaran someday, right? So we were just like in one of our sort of dreamy sessions or whatever. We were like, instead of flying down there, we could sail down there. And there's like, wait a minute, if we were sailing down there, they have a lot of cargo space in catamarans. We could just fill the thing with guitars and bring them down, because I know like, obviously you guys are gonna need those, right? So like that, why ship them down when you can sail them down in your house?
and you can give them the basic skills on how to play them, so that
right, yeah.
But the thing
spend
is
some time down
that
there for sure.
There's people in Haiti that do that, and so we hook up with them, and you kind of put a plan together and help them, and then you just work with their teacher, so we teach the teachers and then put them in the school. So yeah, there's so many exciting things that can be done. And that's what's so amazing about having your own school. And that's the thing too, about not just having your name on that classroom. The thing is knowing that your funds helped provide that classroom.
Exactly.
Exactly. Right.
That classroom's there because you donated enough money. And that's what it really boils down to, is that's how physical it is. If you donate enough money to keep a classroom going and your name's on it, that you made that possible. So that's what's kind of cool about having that, putting your name on the building, is saying, I made a difference.
Yeah. And this for me is why the Uplift project, I don't know what I should call it really, is the most exciting one in the NFT space currently. I mean, there is a lot of things going on, but this is really life changing for a lot of people. Just doing this, it's fun, it's engaging for everyone that participate, and we can do these amazing things. And no matter, you can buy something for $10, you can buy it for $10,000, doesn't matter, you're a part of this journey, and that is something that is really important. And even if you get the one that is free, you get a free NFT and you sell it, portion of that is going to the school. That means that even those that don't pay anything, they just participate and they'll sell and earn on these NFTs. They also participate in the community and the ecosystem, and that is awesome. It's just crazy that you can actually sell them and you can earn money, and while you earn money, you help building a school.
Yeah, Mustafa in the comments. It's a win-win-win situation.
Yeah,
it really is. I think that there you go. Like M Blue should be proud of us now. Like somebody said, win-win-win at least once in a life, and so that's.
That's good. That we needed to. That's on his in his honor.
That's his jam. That's his jam, and it's good. We think about that all the time now. If we do any kind of transaction and there's only 2 winners, that's one less than we need. And it's super easy to just make sure that even like the Uplift world that we're creating, 10% of all the revenue that we get in, and I have a sneaking suspicion that it might be significant, is going straight to the Uplift donate account. Right.
And the Uplift world is a Minecraft world using NFTs for anyone watching, and it's turning amazing. It's one of the buildings inside that is what's behind Corey right now.
Yes, yeah, this is the.
So people can actually play computer games and participate in that, and also help building a school, which is I don't know, amazing.
Yeah, tell us more about that, because like our Haitian Roots community that will join or watch later, they need to know a little bit more about this and how cool it is, and so tell them a little bit more about it.
Yeah, so it's basically going to be a place that you can come and see in Minecraft if you want. You can also just look at it from the satellite view in a 2D map. Anyone with a computer can or even a phone can do that if it's got a browser on there. And people are going to be able to buy and sell land as NFTs, and they can explore. They can build things like this. They can build things like the Burning Man monument, and the other things that we've done that actually have been incorporated. Hey, there's M Blue. Never mind.
Hey.
We'll talk about that later.
M Blue is here, and it's 5 minutes until the drop launch.
Timing.
Oh wow! Hey guys. Yeah, I'm still driving. We got the evidence here.
Hey puppy.
Fortunately, he's gonna be okay.
Good.
Awesome.
Okay, so. Yeah. So, hey, yeah, 5 minutes to go. Thank you guys for, you know, jumping in at the last minute like that. Really appreciate you guys. But yeah, collectible love, Ti Amo. It's the beginning.
Hey, we
How's
just
it going?
Corey just said win win win.
Yep.
In your honor, buddy. In your
Win.
honor.
Win, win, win. You know, I also heard people calling it the triple win. What do we like better, the triple win or the win, win, win?
I mean, I kind of like the triple win because I always put it as like win cube, like cubit. Is that a thing? Cubed. But I like them both. I use them both.
No, yeah, it's both is great.
Co-op them both then.
I've got people asking me for the link to YouTube, so I was trying to figure out how to send it.
I sent it in the chat here, so you can find it in the Zoom chat.
Okay, great. Okay.
Yeah, they can also find it currently.
People texting me, where's the link is to the, I'm trying to get our Haitian Roots community hooked in, Michael, so we have, you know.
That's great.
That's beautiful. Yeah, you know, and we have really good timing here, Cheryl, because we are in the middle of a mega crypto bull run, right? And now we're seeing the wax price accelerating up.
I was wondering if you'd seen
so
that today.
I'm hoping that it hits the moon within the next month or two, and we can build schools and more.
Francesca says that you should watch The Road, mate.
Oh yeah. Fortunately, I'm actually pulling into the house now, so we made it.
Awesome.
It's 25 degrees here, and there's just ice everywhere, and yeah, it's been quite a ride this morning. So I'm gonna get off because we got to take care of this little pup and get everybody going. But it looks like 4 minutes to go.
Free.
Collectible love. Let's do this. 3 minutes to go.
Yep.
Thank you guys so much for doing what you're doing. I love you all, and yeah, let's do this.
Awesome. Let's go. So thanks for tuning in for a moment there, Michael, and take care of everyone.
Yeah, be
Thank
safe.
you. I will.
So yeah, awesome that he joined us for a moment there. We have 2 minutes and 30 seconds until Ti Amo drops. I will link it once again in the live chat. Everyone can find it. Uplift Art. You can find it in the front page, or upliftart/events/Ti Amo V-Day with dashes between. So it's easy to just click the link in the chat. Or just copy from the chat, because the message should be here right now. Here.
Yep. Somewhere.
Here.
Cheryl, real quick, I just want to say this, and we can actually talk about this after too if you want. A bunch of the builder team that's developing the infrastructure inside the world, because there's going to be rail lines everywhere and all sorts of crazy stuff. They actually want to build a representation of the school that already exists, that's going to have the names on it. That's what the people asking for pictures. That's why they're asking for pictures.
Oh,
So,
okay.
Yeah. So so if you have any other ones, like even the ones that we'll start on the website obviously and look there. But if you have any other, like, you know, any pictures of the building that you can send, because we're actually gonna build it in the world.
Oh, okay, cool. So we'll talk a little bit after, because there's
I know you sent some other stuff.
Yeah, and I sent a bunch of other stuff. So let's decide what you want to do on that. So I'll send because it's anyway, but I sent a link to Michael, I think, but I can send it to you too, that has just a ton. It has like the kind of before and after on building, so it's really cool. Some of the, you know, where we went, and it's anyway, so there's a bunch of those pictures I sent, and I'll get
I think he sent me those links too, so we'll talk about it after. I just wanted to drop that. I wanted to make sure
after, and then, you know, kind of look at it, because that would be super cool.
Yeah, and they're so good at building too that it's going to end up being magical for sure.
Oh, that's way awesome. I love it.
So are you guys ready? It's 30 seconds.
30 seconds. 30
Corey, which mint will we get?
I don't know. I'm not going to get the first one because you always beat me.
Hello, Ken. Ken is in the house. Ken is also going to participate, I hope, in this. Jimmy says that I am the number one mint machine, so we will see who wins here, Corey. And Cheryl, the mint numbers is the order they are created, and people tend to want the first created, so that's the mint number one.
Yes.
Kind of like they want the baseball cards, the first mint, the mint
right,
edition, everything. So it's the same thing here. So me and Corey has this little thing where we try to get the lowest mint as possible, and I just tried to do this, and it didn't appear for me. Oh, and it logged me out. I'm doomed. It logged me out. Well played, well played.
Oh, my rank is 7 though. That's pretty cheesy.
And my phone has died, so I'm not getting in any soon. That's good.
Oh no, my rank is 2 now.
That's not fair.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So hey, for everybody in the YouTube chat, boom. That's a quick way to get in there. If you have a wax account, you just log into that and get yeah, good, Jimmy. Corey, distract Anders so someone else can get the mint number 1. Yeah, so Cheryl, we've done this a few times now, and like I see
this friendly competition going on here.
And I always lose, like every time. Like, Anders is the one with number 1 all the time, and it comes from the very first time that we met. We were, doing the Bitcoin bull drop. The first there he is. And
hey.
he got number 1. The very next one we did, he got number 1. The very next one that we did, he got number 1. Like, come on.
Yeah, I tested my wallet before and I was logged in, but apparently I was not, so I got an error. But it's okay. I didn't get the first one, but I can participate now anyway. So I'm placing my first bid right now.
Nice. Well, and again, for everybody watching, 2 hours from now, there's another one, right? So the way this one's working is, you're basically getting fragments of the whole. So every bid over 60 wax is going to get, or every person who bids over 60 wax is going to get 3 NFTs, and those are the fragments for this 2-hour block, right? And Blue, this is genius, by the way. So the whole thing is you buy one to keep. The reason why they're in 3s, it's keep one, sell one, and use one to bundle them together to create the whole. So again, every 2 hours, there's another one of these things that starts on this website, right? You go in, you bid 60, you get 3 more, so you get another piece of the big puzzle. And at the end, as long as you've done it like every 2 hours, or obviously not everyone's going to stay up, but that's why you put one on for sale. Everybody who's over in Japan, is going to wake up in 8 hours, whatever it is. They're going to put some of this. So it basically creates a bit of a market, right? You'll be able to find the pieces that you don't have, you put them all together, and you're going to get the rare collector's item.
Give one, sell one, keep one. Isn't that the way, Michael?
Yeah. Burn one. Keep one, share one, burn one. So or burn them all, because So basically, we're creating liquidity by giving everybody extras. So it's collaboration. So basically, your buddy in Japan will have some that you don't, and you'll have some that he doesn't. If you go to uplift.art, hit the get started and scroll down a little bit, there'll be links to go directly to Atomic Hub, to where you can find the pieces that you don't have, the fragments that you don't have. And when the 11th fragment goes live, that's when you'll probably be able to just go in and just get all the ones that you don't have, because people will be listing the ones that they're supposed to be sharing. A lot of people will just be selling them, right?
Yeah, and currently
wins all the way around. Haitian Roots wins. So
yes,
we get a portion. So all the way around, it's the triple,
the triple win.
Triple win,
Yeah.
triple win.
I put the NFT right next to Michael down here, so it's on screen. If anyone wonders what's there, that is the NFT, the fragment currently.
Hey, Blue, this super hot chick named Michelle McHugh just asked, could you share the story behind this NFT? And also, that's my wife.
Hey, Michelle. Yes. So the story behind "Marry Me, Girl," or behind just the whole drop?
I think that probably the "Marry Me, Girl," and the drop. Yes, both.
Well, gosh, Francesca is going to be joining us here in a second too. But our love story, and I'm not going to go through that whole thing, because one of the actual NFTs from the promo crate that we gave as freebies to promote this drop has that story in it. And that was me, you, and Anders on Anders Anyobservation a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
We were brainstorming it. So that's the kind of the long story of it. And I see Francesca popping in here. Anyways, she's juggling 3 kids right now. So long story short, this is basically our love story is one that we love to share and talk about. And every time we do, we feel people leaning in like they're juicy and hungry for that type of romance. And the fact that you can really find your soulmate, right? Here's Francesca now.
The worried one.
Whoa.
Hello.
So Corey's wife, Michelle, just asked, kind of what the story behind this drop was. And I was kind of giving the high level view, but
Michael, we have heard this story from you, but we haven't heard it from Francesca, right?
Yeah, let's hear Francesca's version of it, and then I'll correct her where she's wrong.
What version should I share?
That's true love right there. True love.
Long story short, I was in Italy. Well, good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Good evening.
Yes. Well, I was 21 years old in Italy, Venice, Italy. I was studying in college, very fascinated with Jack Kerouac on the road literature at that time. And I told myself, I am going to go to the United States on the road, just like Jack Kerouac. And then I saw this movie called Zabriskie Point. I don't know if any of you has seen it. And it's a point in the Death Valley Desert that apparently is very mystical and intriguing. And I add that to my bucket list at the time. And so I said, okay, I'm going to go on the road and I'm going to drive just like the main character in the movie from Zabriskie Point to Phoenix, Arizona, all by myself. And long story short, I went to work, saved my money, and made my way to make this dream come to fruition. And then we went from San Francisco, where we landed, down to the Death Valley. I made it to Phoenix, Arizona, drove from there to Miami, Key West, all by car and back. And on our last night of this epic journey, we were in Los Angeles. And while we're walking down Melrose Boulevard, and we saw this beautiful venue. It was crowded, and we decided to go take a peek. As we make our way inside the venue, we noticed there's something about to happen. So I just make my way to the front row, whatever was going on. I see red velvet curtains. I see some smoke, and I'm just like, I'm in for this. So I completely abandoned myself to whatever was about to happen when the curtains rise and some epic music happen. And all of a sudden, I see what I defined as a god appear before me. Michael on stage is a different, I don't know, human doesn't fit it. It's just very, very special. And I was possessed by watching his performance, and I didn't take my eyes off of him. And all of a sudden, something quite magical happened. Our eyes locked. And Michael sang his whole concert now staring into my eyes. And I think I forgot the concept of time and space. And I feel like I always say we recognized each other and said, hi, good to see you again. And we're on. That was until reality hit. It was my last night in Los Angeles, and we were on our way back to Italy after a long journey. And Michael gave me a couple of his CDs, and he says, please contact me. And I said, I will. However, I left, And as the hours went by, I started waking up from the dream and saying, what am I thinking? This is a guy from across the planet. I have a life, you know.
I had neon blue hair too at the time, and I was wearing a sarong on stage, and no shirt.
Actually,
So-
that night you were wearing black leather pants.
Oh, okay.
Hello.
Oh, that's right. And and should we tell them?
Heck no, it's too early during the day. We have an evening version, everybody.
Yeah, let's just say it was not a kid friendly performance. There was a
We are so
costume-
having that conversation later today.
There was a costume malfunction that
And I don't think all the details were considered beforehand. So anyway, we still enjoy the story, by the way. So 8:30 p.m. Central Time for that. Anyway, I remember living with these CDs in my hand and turning and say, wow, where am I going? I belong here. But as I said, reality, started becoming clearer. This was a dream. Go home, go study, go do your thing. So that's what I did. I went back to Italy and I went back to my life. And the days went by and
well, in the meantime, I was asking people, how long does it take to fly to Italy? Because I was thinking the minute she landed, she was going to be contacting me. Like, I just knew that we were meant to be together, and that didn't happen. Like, she didn't contact me for a long time.
yes, to put a number to it, I want to say that the first month went by and I didn't contact him. Then the second month went by and I didn't. So did the third and the fourth and the fifth. And when we got to 7 months, I was still thinking about this man. So one day I asked my brother, back then, I'm thinking year 2000, computers, at least where I'm from, were really obsolete. We were blessed that my brother had one. So I remember begging him. I don't know what I did to earn, 15 minutes in his computer, but he allowed me to use it. And I put together a quick email, a little poetic word and a line just to remind him of the night and who I was. And I hit send. And I recall checking his inbox every few minutes to see if he would respond. And lo and behold, after just 2 hours, I remember checking and I see a response and I open it. And all he said was, my beautiful swan, I'm still waiting for you. So I dropped the computer, I ran in the kitchen and I go, Mom, I found him. And I remember her, she was washing the dishes and she turned and she goes, who now? And I told her, my husband. So it was quite magical. And he called me Swan. I remember opening my thick dictionary this big to see what swan meant, because I didn't know what swan meant in English then. And I was so thrilled because I love swans. And that's how we got the blue swan, because he was blue in LA, in Hollywood forever, because of his neon blue hair. And I became Swan. So Swan has become that dynamic duo. And the story didn't end.
Oh yeah.
It started now. We started exchanging an email romance. And I tell you, after we found each other, after maybe a few days, he has shipped a huge bunch of roses to my house. And by the way, I come from a country village near Venice where there's 6,000 people. And my doctor is my mayor. Everybody knows everybody. There's no privacy. So I recall when we got that box from international mail.
Well, keep in mind, this was 20 years ago. And at the time I was like completely broke. I was working like construction labor, like $12 an hour, hating life, because I was supposed to be this in my head. I had a huge ego, and I was supposed to be the greatest rock star on the planet by then. But now it's like turn of events. Now I'm like in Salem, Oregon, a grunt on a construction field, making $12 an hour, hating life, and I had maybe like a couple $100 to my name at the time. And I spent at least half of that sending her roses in Italy.
Well, we gave you some satisfaction. The whole street showed up to see what was in this international box. So I think we gave you a lot of satisfaction. Yes. So I received this amazing amount of roses, and my life changed immediately. We wrote several times a day, and we collected all of our exchanges. They were quite beautiful. And
well, you know, and that's really where her poetry journey began, was during that email relationship, because I would be asking her like like I wanted to know her, like, you know, I didn't even remember what color hair she had, right, or eyes. I just remember just falling in love with this woman, right? But I didn't remember what she looked like or anything, and you know, I wanted to know details about her. You know, I'd be asking these questions and telling her about me, and she'd write back in this like 3-page pro, right? Everything would be poetry, mysterious, but which really enamored me even greater. Like she was just like really hooked me in, right? It's like this mystery woman from Italy, right? And just giving this beautiful poetry and prose, and you know, like, yeah, I'd ask her direct questions and she'd send back this 2-page mysterious, you know, response. And, you know, so I really fell in love with her soul and her expression during that time, because she wouldn't give me any like direct nuggets of reality. It was this really mysterious journey. But yeah, we saved all of that.
Well, that went on for a few months. And then I came to the United States to meet Michael, and I had to postpone my departure back because we immediately knew.
Yeah, she came for 2 weeks and stayed for 3 months until her visa expired.
And then I went back. We both said, okay, this is serious. Let's make it happen. And we were working in our world. And after 7 more months, I guess 7, it's the number, Michael came to Italy, and that was right after 9/11, I recall. And Michael came, proposed to my father, asked my dad my hand, and then we came back to America, and in a month we were married.
Which is another like funny story, because, you know, I wanted to ask her father permission to marry Francesca, right? He doesn't know English and I don't know Italian. So I wrote down my request to marry his daughter in English, had it translated into Italian. And here's an American reading this out loud at a dinner table with mom, dad, brother, and his wife. And I was sitting next to Roberto, and I was reading it with really funny broken English, Italian, like trying to sound out these Italian words properly, but, you know, just doing a terrible job probably, because, you know, the table started erupting in laughter. You know, that type of laughter, you're in a church and something strikes you funny and you just can't stop laughing, right? Even if you're trying to hold it, right? Well, they knew it was a serious moment and nobody wanted to laugh, but it was just too funny and they couldn't contain it. Except for her father, Roberto, was very stoic and serious to the whole moment, and like looking at the others laughing, going, "Hey, you know, cut it out." And at one time I choked up. Everybody's laughing. I choked up and I started like, you know, how like you feel like you got to cry, but you don't want to. It's like you're stumbling over well, that was me, right? And her dad, and he's a man's man. He's a strong man. He's an athlete. He's a man that works with his hands. He gets it done. He's that type of guy, right? And I won't forget this. He reached over and grabbed my hand as I was reading it and looked at me like, "You can do this," right? And I was just like, "Whoa!" Like, yeah, that was just.
Meanwhile, my mom was saying, "You can have her. Stop it. This is too hard. It's fine, honey. You can have her."
That's awesome.
She was like, Cut the drama."
I love this that we get to hear this part of the story, because it makes everything more amazing, because all of us in here has probably heard your story. Most of them watching right now have heard it or will hear it when they see the NFT. I think that the majority of the Uplift community has seen this story or heard it or some kind, but they haven't gotten this story, and the story with the roses and everything, that's just awesome.
Well, I haven't heard the story. I've known since probably the first minute that I met Michael, via whatever. We haven't met in person, but I knew that he was romantic. Like he's a romantic guy. That he's just I knew that, but this story fits so perfect. Like I love that we got to hear this story. I love that, and it fits, like it fits you two so perfectly, and even my vision of what it might be. But anyway, I love it. I loved it. I'm so happy I got to hear that story today. That was amazing.
No,
And
thank you
there
for
is
that.
true love in the world. And I think that the thing about that story is it gives us kind of hope. I mean, the world just seems so dark at times, but that two people can lock eyes, in two different worlds, and their souls say, we knew each other maybe before, or, so your souls kind of, they became one the very first minute you met. So I think that's what's so amazing about it, and that we live in a world where we need more of that humanity and that love. And that's, I think, what drives the two of you to want to do good in the world, because that's the kind of people you are. Like, you go to Haiti and you see the children there and immediately know that, not that you just even have to adopt a child and change that child's life forever, but that you want to make a difference that's life changing for a lot of people. And it just, sharing that story tells a lot about who the two of you are, and starting on this journey. And from the very moment that I met you, I see that goodness in you, that love that's in you, that wants to do good in the world and take what you love, take, art and love and music and all those things, and turn it into something really great and grand. And that really touches my heart on levels you can't even imagine. So,
Mm.
and my husband and I have a great love story, and it just makes me so grateful too, because I feel like, I met my soulmate, and I'm so grateful that he backs all my crazy, he when I say I have to go to Haiti, 2 days after an earthquake, and I've got to go save the children, and he's like the logical man that's explaining to me exactly how it all works, and this is what you need to do. And and he's being logical, and he's being like, well, where are you going to stay? What are you going to do? And here's me, I don't know, I'll make my way. And so I love that kind of support and love. And but thanks for sharing your story. It really ties everything together, and why we're all here, really.
Well, and it's really special because everybody on this call has met their twin flame, their soulmate. That part that makes them, feel complete, right? And we're already complete, right? But until you've met that person that actually compliments you. I mean, you know, Francesca saved me. I was in a really bad place before I met her. Moving from Los Angeles, having this incredible ego, thinking that I was going to be, conquering the world through rock and roll, ended up being a grunt, laborer for $12 an hour. It's like, and then just feeling it, the lowest of the low. Literally, I was at the rock bottom when she reached out, that first email response, and immediately it changed my life. It gave me purpose. I had to become the man worthy of attracting her into my life for real, not just on a computer screen, right? So that means, okay, what do I need to do to make this happen? So yeah, it saved me. I wouldn't be, I may not even be here if it wasn't for her. If I was, I'd probably live in a van somewhere, right? It's like it's like she's really needed for me to be who you see me as today. So
Well,
I know,
that's what we all
Corey,
need to
you
do
have
is,
a beautiful
yeah.
love story.
Hey,
Anders, I
yeah,
haven't heard your love story yet.
I have a
This is
good one
like-
as well.
yeah, what you just said about, like, if it wasn't for her, I'd probably be living in a van somewhere. Like, we're good friends, and Blue and I, now after the last few months, but like, I keep finding, like, that's exactly what would, like, without a doubt, right? Like, I would totally be living in a van if it was not for this woman, without a shadow of a doubt. And I really felt too, like, the need to be more. I was just a musician, having fun being a musician, and she has never asked me to be more, and that just makes me want to be more, way more. So it just, anyway.
It just
Well,
helps us see too, to fill our lives with people that really inspire us to want to be better. That's what's really great about it, is that, no matter where we are or what we're doing in life, we should fill our life with people who inspire us and make us want to do better. I mean, whether it's your soulmate or your friends, or, making an organization together, but be around people that want to lift you up. And that's what's so cool about Uplift. It should be all about that we lift the world. If all of us looked around and said, let's make people better, let's be the kind of people that live our lives to make people better, what kind of a world we could change the world. So, and I mean, people have always laughed because they say, you're one of those people that truly believe you can change the world. And I really do. I think we have that ability to change the world. And even if it is like, Shannon, one of our co-founders, her and I have talked a lot, and we'll say, we never really know what the future holds. If we don't have people like Uplift helping us, we don't know what will happen down the road. So we're always saying, at least we've done this today. So all the kids that are in school right now, there's 500 of them, that at least we know today they get a meal, and that this year we're going to have our first graduating class. And at least we've done that. At least we've done that. So if something else doesn't happen, we've done that. And I think that's what's so cool. Today we're doing this fundraiser. We've done that. You've got your drop, and we're helping people. So it all ties together. And at least we're all doing this for today, because we can't predict the future, but we know what's happening today. And today we can make a difference, all of us.
yes, yeah. Well, and we're at the very beginning of this too, because the community that's forming around this is just so passionate, and it's pulling in the best of the best, just from a humanitarian standpoint, like people that truly want to do good and be a part of something that is greater than just themselves individually, but something that's a collective. And what's going on here within Uplift Art and the Uplift Minecraft world, and the artists that we're onboarding now, we are in such a great position to do an immense amount of good. I mean, we're literally sitting on $1 billion opportunity here, and what can we do with the funding? And the reason why I love Haitian Roots and what you're doing, Cheryl, is because you've been a great educator of mine too. So I hold you in high regard, and I'm so grateful for you that you exist. But a lot of charities and churches and just and good-natured organizations, they have good intentions, right? They want to do good, but a good majority of them are doing it in a destructive manner. Meaning, like Haitian Roots, they go in, they look at what the resources are available in that community, like who can build this school in this community? How can we contract with them to build this, instead of bringing in talent from across the globe, instead of, as a metaphor, bringing bread in to feed the hungry? We're going to enable the bread maker in the community to increase their supply and get it out there, to enable him or her to expand and actually increase their reach for the community, and doing that goodwill within the community and enabling the community to rise up and to be self-sufficient and for the long haul, right? We don't want to bring in band-aids, right? Band-aids when it's absolutely necessary, right? There's always need for band-aids, but ultimately it's like, how can we get this community on their feet, moving in the right direction, and how can we help manage and direct them, educating those people to be the school teachers, managing them to learn how to do the books, right? How to keep the water well flowing, right? And how to
Right.
to put the battery back in there to keep it flowing, right? So that's
Well, when
that's
we
where a lot of
leave,
these
when we
organizations are.
leave, not to interrupt, but when we leave a country, you leave it better than you found it. And when you leave, is there dust or a building? You think about somebody coming in and bringing in, like, doctors to do a community project, and they build a temporary structure and they help the people. Or did you help the people build their building, and did you help them? It's like Corey and I were talking about going and doing music, teaching music. The best thing would be for Corey to teach the teachers, so that when he leaves, the teachers now will teach the students and continue to teach them after you're gone. So it's not, we leave a building, not dust, so we leave people independent, not dependent. So that's the goal behind education is, if we go in and we teach them how to do crops or different things we've talked about today, and we leave it so that they're not dependent on us to do it. They depend upon themselves. We teach them how to do it. And that's what education is about. And that it is true, sadly, that a lot of organizations want to do good, but they hook up with, say, an orphanage, and they pour money into that, and then it doesn't build a community. It makes the community dependent, so, and it tells parents that they can't take care of their own children. What we want to do is tell parents, you can take care of your own children. They can be educated, and they can help run this country, and we're going to teach you how to support your children. So we make our parents come and have parent meetings. I mean, we laugh. We have the very first parent teacher association in Haiti, because we make them show up. We make them show up to parent meetings and teach them how to support their children, and teach them that this is their school, and that they're a part of this community. So it really is. And for us, there's so many great things, so much more collaboration we can do. But at the end of the day, like I always say, it takes funds to do that. So, we've got a great model, and we can repeat it over and over, and we can get more people involved and employ more Haitians, and partner with more Haitian organizations. But it really does take funds. So hooking up with Uplift is a way that, again, we got our triple win. We've got our organization finding and matching. We've got the kids and the parents who are counting on us. And then we have an organization with a lot of big hearts who are willing to do something about it, to stand up and say, we can do something about it. And that's what's awesome. And I mean, awesome.
Yeah,
As I
and
said,
this is what makes your organization amazing, because what has been done in history is the opposite, where big money come in, they say they want to do good, but instead they hire their own companies from their own country. They come, they bring workers, the workers are there, they add things, and usually the country end up worse at the end than they were before.
that's correct.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cheryl, if I may do it publicly, I am so in awe of your commitment and what you do day in and day out. When Michael and I went to Haiti, saw exactly, I think, what motivates you daily. It was like walking by a building that just caught on fire. Um,
Yeah.
that was the need. And personally, our soul wouldn't allow us to walk by the burning building and not go in and help. You know what I mean? It's like it just, you just cannot be exposed to some things and pretend that it didn't touch you or change you. And it certainly steered the course of our life. And to tie it all together with the purpose of this event, if Michael and I wouldn't have this magical, strong bond, I don't know that we would have been able to do what we're doing. One with a 4-year adoption that, just the journey to get to that 4th year is one test, and to know that it's just the very beginning of a brand new life that has its own set of opportunities. So that, and then moving on and helping all the rest of the children besides our own little girl, um, it's something we wouldn't be able to do if we didn't have that strength and that bond. So we are winning triply all over the place, and we're extremely grateful. And we are very grateful to have met you. We know it's not random,
No,
but
no, it's
we are,
not random.
it's
No,
nothing is, isn't it?
no.
However, we
And
are very
really,
grateful. We
on
are very
behalf of our whole Haitian Roots team, I mean, Isan, one of our founders, and Shannon, we're all just,
and
our
here she
excitement
is.
level's high. And there she is.
There's Islan. Can you say good morning, everybody?
Good morning.
Good
Good
girl.
morning. Good
Beautiful.
evening.
Good morning. Good evening.
Good girl.
But yeah, just on behalf of our whole team, we have a great board, and they're all so excited about Uplift. All of us are, and we're just, I don't even know really what to say, but just that we've come a long way. We've been doing this. We started in 2005, and we've learned a lot. We've learned a lot of lessons, and to get to where we are today. And we're always trying to learn and to grow and to be innovative, but we always um, think, how can we make things better for the Haitian people? So it's not about us. It's not about, I think sometimes that's what happens with charity is it becomes a little bit self-centered, like, oh, look at, I'm so cool, I'm doing this, and you really, at the end of the day, it's like, you're not really that cool, but it should be about how you leave the country, and it should be a better place. And if something was to happen to me tomorrow, could this organization could continue without me in the heart of it, and without a lot of the people that are on there, and it really can. If we have the funds to run everything, it can run. They our teachers and our administration, they are vested. They love it. They love their school. They take pride in their school, and they don't want, when COVID hit, our teachers came to us and said they would volunteer to go without pay for a month if that would help us, because they didn't want any risk or chance of the school closing. And I'm like, these are people who, $1 is a big deal. And to say we'll give up our salary to make sure we have enough money to keep running, I mean, that makes me, our board looked at it and said, if they're that dedicated, we will not give up. We will not give up on them. And they said that. Please do not give up on us. Please.
Yeah.
So,
Well, hey, let me just say, for the record, guys and gals out there that love to buy, NFTs, it's a hot, fun market, but this is your opportunity to own some historic NFTs that actually have a deep meaning and purpose behind them. So, we're not just throwing up, some cool art, and there's really there's a lot behind here. There's life. There's actually lives behind this, and I feel so grateful to be a part of this beautiful community, the Uplift. I want to acknowledge both Anders and Corey. Anders, you are just an amazing superhero in this space, and I couldn't have more respect for you, buddy. It's just it's a tilt, right? I'm amazed by how your mind works and how you engage, and just how positive you are. What the sunshine that you bring to the space is just encouraging, and the fact that you're in this space is a convincer for me that we're in the right space.
Thank you very much, mate.
I know that you're very knowledgeable and educated and just a smart guy, right? So you wouldn't be where it's not happening, first of all. And Corey, and I hope Michelle's still listening.
I actually wanted to comment really quick. My wife actually bought her first NFT like just now.
with no help.
So she's in the game, and a little while down the comments, she's like, I think I need to make my first NFT. I'm like, wait, who is this? What is happening right now? So anyway, she's still here.
She'll be
Oh, good.
trading with me
Good.
later tonight.
I'm telling you,
We'll
right?
be trading.
Well, this is more for her than you, Corey. So
Okay.
if you don't want to be embarrassed, you might plug your ears. But yeah, so Michelle, you know, your husband is an incredible human being. I am inspired by him every time we speak and talk, and he's doing incredible things in this space. I mean, really, he's got the Midas touch. The communities that he's pulling into the Uplift right now, and on the face of it, you know, yeah, Minecraft's, it's a game, you know, it's fun, right? In some aspects, you'd even say that it's almost childish, because you know what are these grown men doing in this game, right? But it's so much more than that. This is just it's a tool to really enable this win-win-win, triple win economy. And Corey is doing incredible things through his passion and his vision. He's a visionary, and you know that. He's pulling in, it seems like, the entire EOSI community into this game, where this community will thrive and have this collaboration, right? They're collaborating, but they're competing as well, because it's bringing in this audience into this very creative realm, where people who never have called themselves artists and would laugh if anybody called them an artist, right? They're now in this game as artists. They're creators, right? And they're creating these epic pieces of work that, you know, we look at and go, oh my God, that's an NFT right there, right? And then you get the commentary about that, you know, that space, and it just makes it even better, right? So what he's creating right now, I truly believe is $1 billion idea. But more than money, it's a beautiful place. It's an uplifting place built on gratitude and love, where he's pulling in literally hundreds of people at this point, which will eventually be thousands, and perhaps even hundreds of thousands, if not millions in the future, that all started from gratitude and love and passion. And that's all because of your husband here. And I couldn't be more grateful for him. I could cry right now.
Me too. I love you guys.
Bravo.
I love this community. You guys are just, it really, like, you're making me cry. Corey and I talked about that at the beginning. We're going to cry.
Yeah,
But,
for sure.
you
It's only a matter of
I'm
time before we
so-
start crying on the internet.
Yeah.
Yeah, Blue, thank you for all that. I can say this without an ounce of reservation. Without Michelle, none of this would be happening for me. Like, none of it. Like, I wouldn't be able to be the person that I am. I wouldn't have had the time. I wouldn't have had the space. I wouldn't have, had any of the opportunities to meet any of the amazing people that I'd probably be freaking, working at a construction yard or something, like it just, or whatever. Like, I'd still be wrecking my fingers playing music every day, which was fun and great. But it just all what I think you guys were talking about, the bond that you guys have kind of lets you do this, and that's just it. That's without her, I wouldn't be in a position to have even thought of this.
Well, thank you, Michelle.
Yeah, it's really awesome. And it's great to be a part of. And I think we're going to end up meeting each other in Haiti. We're going to do, like, our crew's going to have to go, this group's going to have to go to Haiti and meet the kids. And I mean, I'm telling you what, Corey, you talk about crying, you meet those kids, and they come up and they give their testimonials, and they tell you how grateful they are for their education, and their parents come up to you. That's life changing. I mean, it really, and to know that we're empowering a new generation, to rise up in Haiti and run the country. They need great leaders, and we're hoping to spin those out of our school, and hopefully lots more schools. If we get little schools in lots of different communities, we can raise up all these leaders there, so, and make a difference. And we couldn't do it without without Uplift. We couldn't. I feel so motivated now where I was, 2020 was so discouraging, and I start to feel fearful that we might have to go to Haiti and look some of these people in the eye and tell them that we might have to close one of the schools and, not being able to do some of our fundraisers. And I just, like, you have put a fire and a hope back into us that we can keep going and keep running. And
That's
so there's just no,
beautiful.
like, you don't have any idea. I don't think you realize, like, conversations we've had to say, if we don't find a way to raise some big funds, how are we going to go and look these people in the eye and say, I'm sorry, we're gonna have to close your school. Like, it makes me sick to think about, but I have so much hope today. And even just, being on this call, and every time Michael and I have a conversation, I feel hope. A fire has burned into us, and I feel a renewed hope that it's going to be okay. We're all going to be okay. So I from the bottom of my heart, our whole board, they're all on board. They'll text me and say, "What can we do, Cheryl? How can we engage the community? What can we do?" So we are here. I mean, when you say to me, "Can you be on?" I'm like, if I was on a trip, I would change what I was doing to be on this call and to be with you people. You bet I will be here. And
Great.
I love this community. You're all my friends now, friends for life. Thank you so much.
Thank you for that, Cheryl. That was just really beautiful to hear. And for anybody that wants to get involved and engaged, we have a thriving Telegram channel. It's Uplift Art. You can find that through our website, uplift.art. Please come engage. It's a wonderful, growing, inspired community. But on that note, we've got to send our friends off with the hurt dog and say goodbye to them. Thank you guys so much for jumping in and doing it. The show must go on. It was a crazy morning, but we made it through.
We saved Valentine's Day.
We saved the dog.
Yeah.
Yes.
And really, thank you, Cheryl, for coming on, because having you on puts a face and a connection with Haitian roots, and that makes everything much more real for everyone that is in the community. Doesn't feel as shady when we have someone willing to put their face on the project and actually being real. That's great for everyone to build trust.
Yeah, and it goes both ways. It makes me excited about your community, and I've got our Haitian Roots community hooked into the YouTube, and and they're watching, and I've gotten text here and there, and so they're, oh, it's going so good, or this is so exciting, and so we're meshing our communities together, so it helps us all. And I want people to see that it's real, and that's why I say, for you guys, you want to go to Haiti and visit the schools. I mean, we're protective of the children, but we put something together and we go. That we would love that. And some of these big donors to go, if one of them wants to go and see their name on top of a classroom, I mean, we'll take pictures and we'll send it, and they'll have a plaque above that classroom, and so it's just, we want it to be real. We want you to see it. We want you to know what we're doing. We're transparent, and we want you to know where those funds are going, and we use them 100% for exactly what we say they're going to. 100%.
That's awesome.
Beautiful.
Yeah, and let's finish this. Yeah,
we've got to go. But,
and thanks for coming on, Francesca and Michael, and very happy to have you on. And when we finish this, I will do a wheel of names. I will do a randomized draw for anyone watching. If you have filled out the form with your Wax account, you have a chance of winning one of the drops. I will give you 1 minute more, and then I will go for that. So everyone in this chat, thanks you for coming on. Feel free to leave this Zoom call or stay on for the giveaway. You can do that as well.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks,
Appreciate you very
everybody.
much.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, guys. Cheers.
Awesome. We currently have 50 Wax account names here. That's good.
Awesome. Thanks for everything you've done. You're amazing.
Thank you, Cheryl. Thank you. It means a lot to me.
Yeah, I've loved meeting you. I've loved, you're very talented, and Michael speaks so high of you. So before I go, I just want to say thanks a million.
Thank you. Thanks for all the work you do.
Hey, I remembered it's evening for you.
Yes, it is. I'm having my red wine. It's and soon I will join my family for some movie, so that's good.
Oh, good. Well, tell them thank you for sharing you.
Thanks.
Good evening.
Good evening. So here we are. We now have this wheel of names. Let's see. Yes, I am here. We can see the wheel of names. This worked very smooth. So here we have, I will give, yeah, we have one more name here. I will close the form. So I will actually close that now. You have had a lot of time to sign up here. I will add this one name in the bottom of the list, and I will do, there we have 54 entries to the wheel of names. What you can win today for participating here, it's, let's go to Atomic Hub, let's go to my inventory. There, it looks so weird when I have this small. So it's one of these. So this is a second edition community crate where you have free NFTs inside. You can either have them, open it, have fun, or you can actually sell it. But what I will do first is, I have 4 here, so I will do here, I will go and unbox it so we can see how it looks. I will remove my face so you can get the full experience. So this is what's in the drop. Let's see if we get here and we open. There, and here we see we have 3 NFTs that are inside of this. You can see the mint number, pre-minted, what rarity it is. Donna, there was a form going on in the chat where people could sign up, and currently we have 54 signed up, and I just closed it. It has been on for the show, and I'm sorry if you did not have a chance of joining it earlier. Usually do this, and usually I close it at some time. Right now I'm shuffling these names, mixing them up. We can see all the different accounts here, and we will spin it for the first winner. We will see who that turns out to be. And the first one is, yep, we have a winner here. T5XQI, I guess, was this one. So let's go. We don't want to unbox another one. We want to send it out. So more transfer, we send it out directly. Thank you for tuning in. And send and transfer, and so smooth. Everything works great. It's already in your inventory. We see it's 53. We shuffle a few times just for the fun of it, and we go for a second one. And A52QW is the next one. So if this is your account, you get another one of these drops. Thank you. Very nice, very nice, very nice. And for everyone watching, I will actually tomorrow put up the new slices for anyone that keeps watching this channel and know what slices are. That's a way for you to support this. Yes, Danish, you missed the spin if you are not here from the start. Oh ha. Very nice. So here was the 3 winners for today. What I will do, as I just said, is the slices that I have, the way that you have a chance to support whatever I do here on YouTube, on Twitter, in the Wax community. Those slices will be going out tomorrow, so you will have a chance to get them. If you just go to this collection, Anio.block1, we can see view the collection. We see that the January slice holders would actually get some of these ones. So if you look at this, it should pop up there. This is one of the NFTs that will go out to the January slice holders. There will be a few more that I have not yet shared actually, and I guess I can actually show it right now. I have it designed on my computer. One thing that I will be going out is this one. So this is one of the NFTs that I will be sending out to the January slice holders. This is a fun art piece, whatever we should call it, in honor for Alien Worlds. It will not work in Alien Worlds, I'm sorry to say that, but it will actually be very fun either way, since I do spend a lot of time in that ecosystem as well. Alien World is this metaverse game on Wax where you can actually mine and earn with your NFTs. So that's one of the NFTs that will go out to some of the slice holders from the January one. And we see that I have already created the February one. I have just not created the link. The link will be on sub.anyo.io by tomorrow. So here you will be able to find this. There will not be a free one this time, because last time there was a bot starting to claim over 1,000 of the free ones. That person destroyed it for everyone. So I'm afraid there will not be a free one. I will change that, and that will be one wax NFT. So it will almost be free, but it won't be fully free. Yeah. So thanks everyone for tuning in. This was all for me. I will leave the chat open for just a tiny bit, and then I will go and join my family for some movie time. So thanks everyone for tuning in, and participate in this love NFT drop in the Uplift. Just even if you just want to do it with one, just do it. Add some wax that will go to a school, and we should all help with that, right? Perfect. Peace.
A Bitcoin bull is all I got left. Sold my clothes, gold no less. Walls are circling, hollow hands. This man's stronger than the average man. I'm not the bubble, I'm the pen. I'm not the bubble, I'm the pen. I'm not the bubble, I'm the pen. I'm not the bubble, I'm not the bubble. Day the markets take another dip to restart and refuel this moon boy ship. My dreams may be futile, but it's you say, well, so my